Hello YouTube, this is Mia Vibes. Today I have another junk journal flip through video for you. Just like the other videos that I uploaded like a couple days ago or in the last couple days on my YouTube channel. This one was also made for sale on my Etsy shop. If you're interested in purchasing, all the details are written in the listing on Etsy, and you will be able to find a link to that in the description box. If you're not considering buying this journal, I still hope that this video can inspire you, because I really don't see a lot of softcover junk journal videos or contents on Instagram or YouTube. So today though, before I go ahead and show you what's inside, I would like to tell you briefly why I like making this journal so much. First of all, I really like the look of the journal covers, because when you make a soft book cover junk journal, I don't cover up anything. I'm thinking right now that you can definitely cover up everything, but if you cover up all the pictures or whatever is on the cover of the book, it's gonna be just like making the journal with like a cardstock or cardboard or something like that. But I really like having the original book cover, and I think it's already a really good decoration if you are trying to cover up or decorate your journal covers. And I really like seeing it looks like a regular book when you see from here, but I like seeing how should I say, all these different sizes of paper, different colors of the papers on the side and stuff. So it's very unique, I feel like, and also it feels really nice too. And of course, like all the soft covers that I've been using for my journals, they have a very nice size. So this one, let me compare this with my Midori Traveler's Notebook, which is right here. It was hiding. I have so many journals on my desk right now, so it's kind of hard to see. But this is gonna be the size if you want to see the comparison. And but the most importantly, it's really easy to make. So if you're trying to make a journal on the hardcover, so if you're trying to use a box, or if you're trying to use really thick paper for the journal, or even the hardcover books, it's sometimes hard to bind the signatures to the spine, because it's just difficult. It's easy to say that you can find the center of the journal, and just like you make the regular inserts, like traveler's notebook inserts, you're just like a binding like this. But instead of just binding it to make a booklet like this, like independently, you have to bind it to the spine of the journal cover that you're using. And sometimes it gets challenging when you have to work with big boxes and stuff like this. I'm gonna tell you right now, it wasn't easy to bind all this. That's why a lot of people are asking me or asking other people about how to bind the signatures to the spine, I believe, because I've been getting the questions for such a long time. And I also feel like not a lot of people are really sharing how they are binding the signatures to the spine. So in the future, maybe I will start a new project, and I can show you the process. I can walk you through. Maybe you will see my struggles and everything, because I'm not a professional or anything like that for when it comes to the like a thick junk journal made out of like a box or something like that. So but when I make the soft cover junk journal, the trick that I use is that instead of trying to, so let me show you. So let me just talk about this real quick. So instead of this big journal, you have to make holes in the center of the this part of the spine, and you have to poke holes here like 3 holes, 5 holes for each signature, and you have to work on it like that. But when I do my soft cover journals, because they're not very thick, the spine's not very big or thick or anything like that, so what I do is I just poke holes here on the edges. That way it's kind of like binding like this, because you can definitely move the like spines around. So if you know what I mean, like it's gonna be easier for you to work with if you're trying to bind on the side. I just learned it like throughout so many mistakes and so many mess ups and stuff. So that's why I really like making these. If you have any questions about binding, like a specific questions, you can definitely leave a comment down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But now let's talk about this specific journal. So for the cover, inside the cover, I use the Japanese calligraphy paper inside, just because I really like working with that kind of paper with any kinds of glue. So I just put that all over inside the book cover. So there wasn't anything interesting, but I just wanted to enhance it just a little bit. Maybe I think that it had maybe like an old, like aged paper look, but I just covered it up. And to make sure that the binding on the spine is not going to rip the spine, I used like a thick craft, like a paper tape on the spine, so that I can just enhance it a little bit. And you can see how I use the tape here. And outside, like I said, everything is just there. I didn't cover up or anything like that. And this kind of like a lifting, like a paper looks, or even the edges and stuff, because this book was kind of old. I could have like I could have put like a Mod Podge or something like that, or any kind of glue sealers to make sure they are not lifting or anything like that. But I didn't know how I would feel if I did that, because I just like touching these covers like this. So that's why even on the spine, or even with this like a damaged parts or the splitting edges and stuff, I didn't try to, you know, glue seal it or anything like that on the cover. I just like this look. And as you can see, binding is not exactly like a perfectly measured or anything like that. I have 2 signatures in this book, and as you can see, it's just you know, not perfectly lining up, but still I thought that it didn't look ugly. If you're considering purchasing it, hopefully you'll like this too. So let me show you what's inside. I believe that when I made this junk journal, I was kind of going for the like a neutral or like a zen kind of theme, just because Gandhi. Just because we have Gandhi on the cover, so I didn't want to make like a super colorful pages. So let's see what we have inside. So the first signatures, first page is the coffee dyed cardstock. I just like using cardstock paper on the signatures, like covers. I mean, you can definitely use it as a, you know, like a page, you can journal or whatever, but also I like to make it like kind of like a cover. So even this one also, this is cardstock paper. So anyway, and then I decorated here and there on the pages, so you will see something like stampings and stuff. And this is the old music paper, and I used the small ephemera from Feel Good Parcel. It says 4 seasons natural things. Again, I'm trying to be zen over here, so that's why I have something like this. But I also understand whatever I make, all the journals that I make, they're kind of similar, because I guess that's like my style or what I like. So hopefully you'll like this too. And on these are just like a regular pages. This is the vintage magazine page. I really like this pattern, so I decided to keep it here. Old book page with some image. And this is a Franken page I made. I love using coffee or tea dyed paper for making Franken pages as well. So you will see like some of this like toned look and the texture and stuff, but it just feels really nice. And here I use the fabric scrap right here, so I can make a little tap, so when you close it you can kind of see the color as well. And I put some stamping over here, and this was like a scrapbook paper, but I decided to fold it and I bound it with the other pages so I can make a little tuck spot here. This is just some like a scraps of paper or the Franken pages that I was making. So I was thinking that you can absolutely take this out and use it for something else, like each piece. You can definitely do that, but also I thought that maybe you can journal here so it can be like a journaling card as well. And I just decided to tuck it in here. And this is one of my favorite books that I have. I mean, I've been using all the pages right now, but this book has like really awesome earth or planet images and pictures and stuff, so I really like using this. And this is the other side of that tuck spot that I made, and I have a little journaling card here. It's very thick and like hard because I use a lot of glue to make sure they are completely glued. So you can definitely journal here, or you can cover up, or you can do whatever. So I just put it here. And this is the other side of the Franken page. So this was like a pretty simple on this side, but when you look at this over here, this is just a little more texture. It's different paper, and I did some stamping over here as well. And when you flip it, there's more like a writing spot. I explained it in my previous videos too. I mean, a lot of things that I'm saying right now I talked about this before, because this is not my first junk journal flip through video. But when I make Franken pages, I try to make some kind of like a blank spot so that I can, or you can like have a writing spot. It's because I know that I'm using these Franken pages for specifically for junk journal pages, so that's what I did. And also I also mentioned it before, but I've been having fun hole punching just random things, so I thought that it was just interesting to see something like this here. And this is the other side of the old paper, and this is the other side of the vintage magazine, this one. But I decided to do some collage here. So what I did is basically I used the coffee dyed really thin calligraphy paper here first, and I put coffee dyed ephemera. I mean, this is like a note card that I coffee dyed, and I put some stamping here, but I was going very like light with the ink. I used the very light colored inks just because this journal is not supposed to be like super colorful or have like vivid colors or anything like that. So that's what I did here. And again, I told you this has really great patterns. I just love this vintage art magazine so much. And this music paper, instead of cutting the paper to the size of the journal, I decided to just fold it over here. If you want, you can glue here and make a tuck spot, but also you can make a writing spot and write something. And this is the end of the first signature, so I glued in this piece of coffee dyed cardstock, and I made a tuck spot here and put a stamp here so that you can have this ephemera tag in here. You can of course tuck anything in here as well. And here I have this cute like a stamping. It's a little girl drinking tea or coffee, and if you look closely, like there is like a little like a printed like some kind of printing transfer to this. When I make coffee or tea dyed paper, I really just try to have some kind of ink transfer to some other papers if I can, because I feel like that look is just very like different. You don't really see that kind of stuff that much. So even though sometimes it takes like I mean I mess up a lot when I do that, and also sometimes it turns out like a really ugly, so you can't really use it, or sometimes it transfers or smudges too much, so all the ink is gone and stuff. But I still like doing this because I think that it just gives, you know, extra interest on your paper, and it's just very unique as well. And now we're going to the second signature. It feels kind of thick. So this one is again, this is just scrapbook paper, but I picked like a black and white. Specifically, I picked that kind of colors because that's what I was going for with this journal. And I have a little tuck spot here, and what I have here is it's like a brown, how should I say it, the lunch bag. It's like a lunch bag that you can buy at the grocery store, but I just decided to cut it up and put this little like a kind of like a blank music paper here. Whenever I see like on the like edges of books or music sheets and stuff, I feel like if I use if I use the blank, I can create a really interesting labels, or like even writing spots. That's how I always feel. So I just, you know, put it here so that you can maybe write down what's inside and stuff. Right now I have some ephemera for you. So it's just some coffee dyed stuff, like the little paper scraps that I saw on my desk at the time, so that you can use it for this journal or any other journals, or you know, whatever you want. I even have this like, these are really the paper scraps. Not trying to like tell you, oh, I made this for you or anything like that. No, this is just the paper scraps. Or like last time when I was making these journals at the time, I just did a lot of coffee dyeing for like 2 weeks. It took me forever to dry everything, and at that time I coffee dyed a lot of ephemera that I bought from just craft stores, and also just paper scraps that I had, those little pieces as well. So I just, you know, try to use a lot of it here and there. So that's what you have here. And this is a Franken page with coffee dyed paper, some brown paper, and the music notes, music sheets. And then here's the little stamping. I don't know if you can see. I know right now like my desk has really interesting like a sunlight here, so I don't know if it's better for you or not, but I thought that it was just pretty. So so yeah, here we have some stamping, and again you have some writing spot here, and this is a leisure paper. I just put a little stamp here, and I didn't really decorate that much. And I have another little tuck spot right here. I made it with vintage magazine, and I put a stamp over here. And this is just store-bought like a note card or journaling card, but I coffee dyed it. It was just perfect size for this, so I kept it right there. And some more of the fabric scrap. And this is another Franken page. So this is pretty much all coffee dyed. And again, this Franken page has a very like light colors and stuff, and I have a little feel good parcel message strip here too, and then I stamped on here. I love using these label stamps. You can just, you know, write down, you can write quotes. That's what I like to do, but you can like maybe write the title of the journal or the dates or important keywords or anything. So I just really like using this. And here I have some more stamping, and this is just one of the coffee dyed paper that I like so much. So as you can see, it has just very intense like a look. Yeah, because I coffee dyed like 2-3 times, and I try to like fold it this way and like squish the paper this way. You know, I tried all kinds of stuff, but I think they turned out really nicely. And this one is the vintage magazine, because we have this person. I was like, this is perfect page for this journal, like the same theme. And that's the center of the book. And yeah, this is also like some Indian stuff, I guess. And that's the other side of that coffee dyed paper. Again, I didn't cut it off because it's just you don't want to cut off this beautiful pattern made with the coffee. And I kept it here, but I just kind of wanted to make it more interesting. So what I did was I made little booklet, and then I decided to just glue the whole thing down here so that you can maybe journal here, just write, you know, like a small notes, and you can even decorate the little flaps, I guess, here too. And this is another, like the other part of that the Franken page. I did some stamping right here. This one doesn't have a lot of writing spot, but as you saw, the other side had a lot of writing spots, so I think that's why I didn't really do it. But you can definitely create a writing spot here by adding a piece of paper. And this is a tuck spot, and this is little ephemera. So I just made it, you know, made a like a little tear away booklet, so you can just tear it off and use it for this journal or any other journals. And this is the ledger paper, but I put some stamping. And this is the other side of the Franken page. It's just very neutral, and I really like it, but I wanted to add some interest, so I used the stamps. But like sometimes when I use those these stamps, this chalk, this multi-surface chalk ink, when I use these stamps, sometimes like it takes a long time to dry the ink, so some of them got like a transfer to the page that was like right next to it. The fabric here. And this is the end of the second signature, and this is a coffee dyed flashcard, and I decided to just put a little like a twine here so that you can just keep it, you know, here. I mean, you can use it as a bookmark or whatever, but then again, you can create a journaling spot here, and you can use it as a journaling card as well. And I thought that it would be interesting because I really like having this kind of like a twines and stuff like showing when you close the book. So I thought that this will be interesting to look at. And I just really like I mean, recently I've been realizing that some people, they don't like their journals, like journal pages like this. I've learned recently some people like all their like journal, not even this, because all the journals that I make, you will see, like for Feel Good Parcel also, you will see that these pages are sticking out, because that's just how I want to make my journals. But obviously if they are buying it from me, I know that they like it, but it's just like from other people, I realize some people really don't like this kind of style. So hopefully if you're considering buying this journal, you are also into this kind of like, I don't know, messy side view of your journal and stuff. But I hope this video was not too boring. I was trying to give you some information about making soft book cover junk journals, but hopefully you find that informative or inspirational so that you can make something like this too. And again, if you have any questions, you can definitely leave a comment in the description box. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you in my next video, which is gonna be probably another junk journal flip through. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye.